All right, this is Animaniatrix. I am Alpha Treyu here with.
Oasis Gym.
All right, and we just finished watching Tower. Was it Terror in the Resonance? Terror in the Resonance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what did you think? What are your thoughts? What was your takeaway of Tower in the Resonance?
Um, well, I liked it. I like how they put their ideas together on how they're going to bomb up places and how they made sure everybody got out before they bombed everything. I like their ideas. I think it was pretty mm, put put together,
As I said,
except for when they added the female. Okay, good.
what do you mean? You didn't think they should have added her?
Not really. She
Do you think she took away from the show?
she helped a little bit, but she also just got in the way, which I think messed them up at the end.
Yeah, I do. Okay, I see what you're saying. I do think the show would have went a different direction if she wasn't there. If she like, if I don't know, but then again, how would they have pulled off that job at the airport? I mean, they could have done it. I'm pretty sure they would have been able to do it without her. You know,
Could have got a
but
complete stranger.
nah, I don't think
No,
no
maybe
stranger.
not.
They
No,
wouldn't have been
never
able to
mind.
get a stranger. But they would. What was it? 9 and 12. 9. Yeah, it was 9. He would have thought of something. He would have thought of a way to go about that airport heist uh, without her. But I do think she was valuable in pulling it off the way that it did. It would have made it way more complicated.
Yeah,
But I
well,
do agree with you. What was it? 5. 5. See, it's almost as if because 5 was introduced to everything, they needed this girl. I don't remember this girl's name, but did she even have one? But yeah, once 5 got involved, it's almost as if this girl kind of tipped the scales in order for them to, what I'm saying, like prevent 5 from basically destroying what they were trying to do. Now, as I said before, intelligent characters are one of my favorite types of characters in anime. This guy, what is it? So the fact that this was a show around intelligent, like, or basically super prodigies,
yeah.
was right up my alley, right? And the fact that they were doing what they did, I was kind of I was hoping that, and in the first half of watching this, I thought they were going to be like Sato off of the show Ajin, where they're like terrorists and they're trying to basically go toe to toe with the have somewhat of a mental jousting with the governments and the world superpowers, like on some Lelouch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was the direction that the show was going to go in, and I thought, okay, this is right up my alley. We got super intelligent kids, and they're like, basically taunting the government and how
Yeah, I did.
smart.
I did too. I thought I was going to go there.
Right, but to later find out that there was a point and they were sparing people. You know, uh, I didn't have a problem with it. It did add more depth, but I personally do like that uh, concept a lot more. However, I will say the change in tone was something that I did appreciate. I did appreciate that change in tone because it was like it added more depth and more weight to the actual story. It was more substance there to actually, like, okay, to delve into. right? Because these guys, you know, it's not just about causing chaos. For them, it was like, you know, we are trying to get the attention of the people
So
and
much
on the
deeper.
world stage because we want everybody to listen to something that we need to announce. We need everybody's attention. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was nice.
Right.
Brought some difference
Right.
and into the story.
So I think 9 definitely, I think should be up there as one of the most reputable or one of the most notable, I'll say, intelligent characters in anime. I've never heard before watching this. I've never heard of this guy 9, but I think definitely he should be highlighted. Him and 12.
I think so too. They both seem like really smart characters. I haven't met no characters like them. Not yet,
Well,
anyways.
I think they would have they're kind of reminiscent of Sora and Shiro to me, as far as like the intelligent duo aspect, especially more so that more so now that when you actually learn what their motivation was. So I gave this. I think what did I give this show? I think I gave it an 8. I think I gave it an 8. Might have gave it an 8. Yeah, I think I gave this show an 8. Definitely one of the most memorable shows that I'm you know, and that I'll recommend to anyone. I still have this song stuck in my head, the Vaughn song. Anybody get a chance to listen to that song, even if you don't even watch the anime, that Ferris wheel scene, the song in the Ferris wheel scene, that song is a beautiful song. So even if you don't watch the show, you choose not to watch it, never heard of it, not interested in this genre of anime, definitely still check out that song. I like those types of, like, you know, those types of sounds when I listen to the music. So definitely something that I've added to my playlist. So anything you would like to add, Jim?
I scored it a 7. I liked it. I just kind of got thrown off when they added a female. And she did help at some parts, but I didn't like how she just kept messing up things and
Yeah, she was clumsy. Oh yeah,
burning
I
up
remember.
food and
Yeah. Burn the food.
dropping everything, breaking
Right.
stuff.
Right. I remember when we were watching it.
So she could at least been a helpmate around the house, like.
I remember we were watching the airport scene, and after she pulled that task off and she was bumping into people, you were getting pissed off. Oasis, she's like yelling at the screen. She's like, "Oh, like, so stupid! All you gotta do is act normal. What is she doing?"
Yeah,
Oasis.
acting super sus. Like, why are you acting like that?
Yeah.
You definitely want to move the camera to center on you because
Right.
you're acting crazy out of everybody there.
Right. Oasis had me cracking up because she's like yelling at this girl, and she's bumping into everybody at the airport. She's like, "Act normal. You're being sus." Oh my God, this girl.
All she had to do was act normal. Couldn't even do that.
And then she leaves and then gets caught. And then they strap a bomb to her, like.
And when she so-called ran away to get caught. Where was you going? Like, for real. Where was you going?
Yeah, I do agree. I wasn't. Hey, you're right. I wasn't even really paying too much attention to those things, but you're absolutely right. They did compensate for her they overly compensated for having her around, and she was in the way. See,
Mm-hmm.
I think I was getting a little sentimental towards 12 sentiment towards her, because I think that from what I understand or I think was mentioned, like these boys, they never had the opportunity to have friends or any connections with people outside of them. So the fact that 12 felt like he really made a connection with somebody, he really wanted her around. So I was giving her, I guess you could say, the extreme benefit of doubt, being around them, and just overlooking it, and overlooking the fact that Nine had to basically pick up after her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because for me, I was always looking for the detective, and wanting Sphinx. They went by the name Sphinx, waiting for them to like come out with riddle, so that the detective could solve the riddle. I really like and appreciated the fact that detective, even though he never knew the new Sphinx, he could tell Sphinx's style. He was keen enough. He was keen enough to say, okay, this isn't, when Five pulled off that heist. He's like, yeah, this isn't Sphinx. There's something's off here.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have a motive. They usually, what I'm saying. He was more, and that showed me the type of person that detective was. I think he was probably, him and Nine are probably like the MVPs of of this uh of this series.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't take take anything away from Five though,
5.
only because I feel like it's rare. Remember Oasis? We were talking about the smartest female anime characters, the most intelligent female anime characters, and it was like hard to think
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
who are the smartest. And because if anybody thinks about who are the top 5 anime geniuses, usually what comes to mind is like Lelouch and Shikamaru right off the bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't
It
really think
does.
about too many female anime characters, so we're like, uh,
Ooh.
who, the girl Yamako Jabami, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Off of
With the poker chords.
Compulsive Gambler. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what could we even consider her intelligent, or maybe it may be the see, this isn't this isn't a video about the Compulsive Gambler, but the point is, what I'm saying, just rarely do you see intelligent female, highly intelligent, like on that level of like Lelouch. You barely see that highlighted in anime, or at least from the ones that we've watched. Right, I think the only one that we can give that credit to is Shiro.
Shiru.
Shiro from No Game No Life.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably the smartest. She probably was the smartest female anime character that we've seen in the show, up until Five. So I did
Mm-hmm.
that. I thought that was kind of like fresh to see a female. I didn't like her having a strong female role type attitude, like that aspect, being very like domineering, so to speak. But the fact that she was very like, she wasn't. I don't know if her IQ was as high as Nine. It was kind of led to believe that Nine is always outsmarting her, but just even for her to be in there, and now you got to put her up against Shiro, who's smarter, Five or Shiro.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Obviously, I think Shiro still takes the top spot
Shiru.
as smartest female anime character. So for me, it'd be like the top three: Shiro, Five, and Yamako Jabami from Kakegururi, the
Mm-hmm.
compulsive gambler. So I only say that she's smart. I know that most of her. Uh, all right, that's another video. I don't want to go into Yamako Jabami too much because we may do a video doing that review or our feedback on the compulsive gambler. But I do think that she is worth mentioning as an intelligent female character, Yamako Jabami. But,
yeah, we should do a video of her too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, anything you want to add about Terror in the Resonance? I definitely do think people should watch the show. This is another one that's recommended. It was recommended to us, and I thoroughly enjoyed this show.
I enjoyed it too.
Definitely looked forward to finishing it. Binging this thing. It was 12 episodes. I would have finished it in a day, but life
got in the way.
All right.
Definitely worth watching.
Till next time.